my brother, my sister. Today, we are going to talk about something very serious. Not something comfortable, not something easy, but something necessary. Because many people want to hear about blessings, about success, about favor, but few want to hear the truth that protects their soul. And today, we are talking about sin. Not just any sin, but sexual sin. And listen carefully. This is not to condemn you. This is not to shame you. This is to wake you up. Because sexual sin is one of the most powerful traps the enemy uses. It is attractive. It feels good for a moment, but it has consequences. Deep consequences, spiritual consequences. Now listen carefully. God created sexuality. Yes, God created it. It is not evil. It is not dirty. It is not shameful in itself. It is a gift, a beautiful gift. But like every gift, it has a purpose. And when that purpose is broken, the gift becomes dangerous. Now listen, sexuality was created for covenant, for unity, for marriage, for something sacred. Not casual, not temporary, not selfish. Now listen carefully. When sexuality is removed from its purpose, it becomes destructive. Not because God hates pleasure, but because God protects your soul. Now listen, today we will talk about 3 sexual sins that are leading many people away from God. And if they are not confronted, if they are not repented of, they can destroy your relationship with God. Now listen carefully. The first one is sexual immorality. This includes any sexual activity outside of marriage. Yes, any. Many people today say it's normal. Everyone does it. It's just love. But listen, God does not define truth based on culture. God defines truth based on His nature. Now listen, sex outside of marriage is not just physical, it is spiritual. Because sex creates a bond, a connection, a union. And when that union happens outside of God's design, it creates confusion, brokenness, attachment without covenant. Now, listen carefully. Many people are emotionally broken today because they gave themselves to the wrong people again and again and again. And every time, something inside them is affected. Now listen, God is not trying to restrict you. He is trying to protect you because He knows the depth of what you are giving. Now listen carefully. The second sin is lust. Lust is not just action. It begins in the mind. It begins in the heart. Looking, desiring, imagining, feeding thoughts that lead you away from purity. Now listen, many people think, as long as I don't act, it's okay. But Jesus said, even looking with lust is already sin in the heart. Why? Because sin begins inside. Before it becomes action, it becomes thought. Now listen carefully. We live in a world full of images, full of temptation, full of content designed to feed lust. And if you are not careful, your mind becomes polluted, your heart becomes distracted, your focus on God becomes weaker. Now listen, lust does something dangerous. It changes how you see people. Instead of seeing them as souls, you see them as objects. And that is not love. That is distortion. Now listen carefully. The third sin is sexual addiction. Yes, addiction. Because many people today are not just struggling, they are trapped. They cannot stop. They try, they fail, they try again, they fall again. And they feel guilty, ashamed, hopeless. Now listen. This includes things like pornography, constant sexual thoughts, compulsive behavior, secret habits. And listen carefully, this is not just a habit, it is bondage, and bondage destroys your freedom. Now listen, Sexual addiction affects your mind. It affects your emotions. It affects your relationship with God because it creates distance. It weakens your spiritual sensitivity. You begin to feel numb, disconnected, far from God. Now listen carefully. Let me speak to your heart. If you are struggling with any of these, you are not alone. But you cannot ignore it. You cannot justify it. You cannot hide it forever, because what you hide controls you. Now listen, God does not expose you to shame you. He exposes to heal you. Now listen carefully. There is something very important. These sins are serious, but they are not greater than God's mercy. Do you hear that? There is forgiveness. There is restoration. There is freedom. But listen carefully. It requires something. Repentance. Real repentance. Not just saying sorry, but turning away, fighting, choosing differently. Now listen, freedom is not instant. It is a process, a battle, a journey. But it is possible. Now listen carefully. You must guard your mind. Be careful what you watch. Be careful what you listen to. Be careful what you allow into your heart, because what enters your mind shapes your desires. Now listen, you must also change your environment. If something leads you to sin, remove it. If certain places, certain habits, certain people pull you down, create distance. Now listen carefully. You must also stay connected to God daily. Prayer, reading the Word, worship, because your strength comes from Him. Now listen, you cannot fight spiritual battles with human strength. You need God. Now listen carefully. Let me tell you something powerful. Your identity is not your sin. Even if you have fallen many times, that is not who you are. If you belong to Christ, you are being transformed. You are being renewed. You are not a slave anymore. Now, listen. Stop saying, "This is who I am." No. Say, "This is what I struggle with, but it is not my identity." Now listen carefully. God sees your fight. God sees your desire. God sees your effort, and He helps you. Now, listen, but you must be honest. Honest with God. Honest with yourself. Now listen carefully. Do not wait. Do not delay. Do not say, "I will change later," because later becomes never. Now listen, your soul is too valuable. Your relationship with God is too important. Now listen carefully. You are called to purity, not perfection, purity. A heart that seeks God, a life that honors Him, even when it is difficult. Now listen, God is not against you. He is for you. He wants you free. He wants you whole. He wants you restored. Now listen carefully. No matter how many times you have fallen, you can rise again, but you must choose. Choose God. Choose truth. Choose purity. Now listen, this is your moment. Not tomorrow, not later, now. Turn to God. Give Him your struggle. Give Him your weakness and walk step by step toward freedom, because freedom is possible and your life can change completely if you choose to follow Him.